Hello! Hello, are we here? I think we are. Forgot to do the thing again, as always, because I'm super professional.
Make sure that your Spotify's on top of the thing and everything like that.
It is, yeah, it is presently. It is on top, as it randomly likes to move. Cameras, music, chat, hello. Hello, everybody. Hello. Apologies for the late start, but if anything, it was a warm-up because this is going to become our regular starting time as of next week.
Oh, that's true, yeah, I forgot about that.
Which is worth mentioning, so...
Yes. We'll mention it again at the end of the stream.
Yeah.
But that's
But I mean, because of how we always are, if, 7:30 is our current starting time, and we're always starting at 8, that means if 8's going to be our starting time, we're always going to be starting at half 8.
We're going to try not to do that.
We'll try our best to. I would hope that I wouldn't be consuming food at 8 o'clock at night, because that's kind of late for me.
Yeah.
Today was a bit... Today was
Blue, I was not going to say it, but it'll be me. I will be the problem.
Yeah. It may be...
You don't have to throw yourself under the bus.
It might be the case of that one time when you were running late, in which case...
Yes, I think that's probably good.
It might be that I start without
and I can just hop in.
Yeah, and we do a little bit of, technical difficulties as Curls logs in.
Well, you can get going, because you have to do more warm-up than I do, anyway.
True, yeah. It's the frickin' Streamlabs just randomly deciding it doesn't want to find your camera for no apparent reason.
But then the one time I came along late, it worked perfectly fine. So maybe we need to adopt the strategy.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see.
Using all the Disney gifs on Twitter, I watched Momo O'Brien's video about Disney World and cried a lot. So I'm in a Disney mood. It's a very good video. I'm not like a big Disney person, or a Disney Parks person, but she obviously really loves that, and it's very emotional to watch because she's a very good filmographer. Watch Momo O'Brien. What are you doing? What are you doing with your life?
This.
Okay. I need Stormblood music. Maybe.
Physically.
What?
What? Oh, that just says it all, doesn't it?
Yeah. I said, can you hear me?
Oh, for some reason I thought you said, are you there? And I was like, I'm here physically.
Are you?
Yeah.
As well, for the stream, everybody.
Yeah.
Luke's a little frazzled.
I am, yeah. There was lots of mathematics happening today, and it's caused my brain to flatline. Spook's already gone to bed, for those wondering why he isn't next to me playing Minecraft, because the boys have rediscovered Minecraft.
Yeah, I saw that picture you put up on Instagram of the monitor and then the circle guide, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I looked over.
The nostalgia.
I was working at the computer and I saw it out the corner of my eye, and I was also just hit with this wave of nostalgia of someone trying to build a house in Minecraft, and on the other screen desperately brought up how to make a circle in Minecraft.
That's... I remember seeing it and I was just like, it's the same image, it's the same exact thing.
It's the same.
I used it so much that for a while it was my desktop background. Because we could just minimize it and bring it back up. Because I needed it so much.
No.
I only have one screen. I know they've been playing Minecraft because we were there when Naren was sitting on the server.
Yes. I have logged in and I have joined them a little bit, so now I'm very much in that conflict of the very tiny amount of free time I have. I'm now like,
Yeah,
do I play Final Fantasy or do I play Minecraft? And currently the main deciding factor is in fact Spook. I've decided, which is if Spook is awake, I will play Minecraft with him because we rarely get to play stuff together. If he has gone to bed or he is doing something else, I will go play Final Fantasy.
Time. Me and the squad. Me and the squad.
Hell yeah.
I've dragged Naren into Fantasy High, by the way.
Amazing.
We were doing Palace of the Dead there on like Monday. Yeah, yesterday. No, it wasn't yesterday. It was like on the weekend. And he was like, I've just started it, so we just ran Palace of the Dead and watched Fantasy High together, and he messaged me today saying that he's on sophomore year. Which is season 2.
Oh, right, okay.
So he's finished the entire first season in a weekend, which is what I did. I was like, message me when you need the login, man. Usually every message I get from him, I get like a message every couple hours that's just like, what the fuck is going on? Which is the mood.
I need to do more Palace of the Dead because I've only ever done that run that.
Still got the save with you lot on it.
Yeah, that's the only thing I've done. I've never done any on my own or like with another group.
I've moved mountains to not overwrite that save.
Yeah, we should do some more with it.
Oh, we should. Yeah. I need to do Palace of the Dead at the moment for relics, so more than happy to.
So I'm happy to continue that save, but also I have picked up Rogue now, and I am kind of thinking of like getting it to 15 and maybe doing some Palace of the Dead with that.
But you got 2 slots still, right? You got another slot, right?
Yeah, I've not done anything else, so I got a free slot to do that with.
I have another slot. I'm doing desperate slot management. I've just had to override my floor 101 save, which upset me greatly.
Yeah, in that
furthest I've ever been.
In that case, we definitely need to do more on our slots, either to get it higher or wipe and be able to start again.
Yeah, yeah. We can just gotta get to 50. Gotta get to 50.
Yeah.
So then you finish the story and can access the other floors.
True, yeah. The thing that made me realise, oh, I need to do that is I got to the point in Stormblood where there was a side quest and I was like, oh, I'll pick up the side quest, and it was like, oh, in order to pick up in order to do this side quest you need to have completed Palace of the Dead, and I was like, oh right, that thing that I haven't touched.
Heaven on High is Palace of the Dead for Stormblood, and it's weirder. It's the same shit, but it's just harder and
Did
weirder.
they not do one for Heaven's Ward, or did they not really need it?
Nope.
Fair enough.
Well, in theory they do every other, so there might be one for Endwalker.
Okay. Because for a moment there I was like, did I miss the thing for Heaven's Ward?
No. You're good.
It wouldn't surprise me because once I completed Heaven's Ward, I basically never went back to Ishgard, so there's probably a mountain. There's a mountain of side quests there that I've not done.
Fine. A lot of them are raids.
Yeah.
Sky Pirates is there, Alex is there.
Yeah, I think I at least unlocked the first bit of Alex.
Yes.
I think
Frog and Das have also unlocked. Me and Aaron and Kay started Alex, and we're a little ways into it. We're about an arc into it. But Kay and Aaron are taking a bit of a break, so.
Yeah. We still never finished Bahamut, so.
Nope. Or we? We didn't go off and do it without you. We just never finished it. To do it one of these days, but there's plenty of time because I keep reminding myself, like, once I'm done with Endwalker, I'm gonna need more stuff to do for like a long time. So having stuff lying around is not the hugest issue.
Even more so. I'm thinking that I won't be doing Endwalker because originally I was like, if I push, I could get through it, but now I'm getting like distracted by Minecraft, and I know Pokemon comes out at the same time. I'm just like, I'm not going to be doing Endwalker on release.
It's fine. Totally fine. There's no expectation to do so.
Like, I did a couple of WoW expansions on release, but it doesn't have the same meaning as it does for Final Fantasy because, you know, as we've said several times, shitting on World of Warcraft story, it's nowhere near as engaging. So while I would absolutely love to do Endwalker on release, I also don't want to rush the story.
Yeah, no, enjoy it. For sure. I'm like sad that I'm gonna get through Endwalker and then be done. I wish I had like a ton to do.
And you'll have the patches.
Oh yeah. But not for like a while, you know.
Yeah, so there'll be patches.
Yeah. And there'll be, you know, raids and stuff. That I'll in theory do.
I said this talking to like Stanji and Core last night, and also put it in the chat. But Jesse's lore video was fan-fucking-tastic.
Yes, Jesse's worked very, very hard on those videos. They're 3 parts?
Yes, I think he said there was 3. He's posted the first one.
I have not watched it the whole way through. Seen like bits of it from when he was working on it on stream. I have not watched it yet. I assumedly know all of it.
I've actually watched it twice now, because the first time it was like literally just like a lot of it was new information for me, because a lot of stuff like hadn't sunk in to my brain.
It has like Bill Burt's History of the World vibes, where you're like, I just learned so much shit. Hang on a minute.
Yeah, I watched it the day it came out, left it a day, watched it again today when I was having my lunch, and like a bit more of the stuff sunk in.
Yeah.
Because
I just watched it say it's very good. I guess I have to watch it.
Yeah, because you know you remember from school when they were like, "What type of learner are you?" Reading is like my bottom one.
It is also mine.
So when I appreciate when they do, but when a game is like, oh, we have lore for you, but instead of putting it in a cinematic, we've just put it in like a dialogue box. I'm like, cool. Yeah. I am not going to absorb this at all.
Thankfully, by the time it gets to like Shadowbringers, they learn that they have to voice those. When you have like the long Filia and Urianger lecture in Realm Reborn, that's really important, but it's not voiced. You're just like,
yeah, brain sieve.
Yeah.
So yeah, watching Jesse's was great, and I'm really interested in the next ones.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see the way he presents it.
Because for me, I knew there were places in the world that like hadn't been explored yet, but I didn't know what they were. So for Jesse to just be like, "There's a continent here and there's a continent down here," I was like, additional knowledge acquired. I know things now.
I really want to watch it because I'm interested, because I've talked about this with Kay and Neron before. Dash, you'll understand soon. When you get past Shadowbringers, it's really hard to remember how you understood things before Shadowbringers. Like, there's certain things that are revealed in Shadowbringers that completely reframe how you look at everything you've learned so far, and so it's really hard to put yourself back in the headspace before you knew that thing.
Right.
Or a couple things. So I'm really interested to see how he does that, because it's so hard to present that information correctly.
he says immediately at the start of like, you know, oh, before people go down in the comments and be like, Jesse, why didn't you talk about this, or you said this wrong, it's because I'm trying not to spoil it, you goobers.
a lot you learn a lot about how things are further down the line.
Yeah, I understand what Umbral and Astral eras are now, which is great.
Yay!
And I do
know this is going to be that situation, Carl's Curse with knowledge. This is why those of us who are up to date have a group chat, just to be like, can we say this? Is this okay to even say out loud? Most of us are like, no, holy shit, no, don't say that. I know, it's mostly fine, but there's a lot, like, very simple things, like offhanded things that you wouldn't think about, go straight into the spoiler chat and are like, is this good? And you'd be surprised how often it's like, actually, I don't think you knew that then. Hard work. It's hard work not spoiling your friends, but it's worth it. Very hard. Finally sat down and watched, how people feel about this, but I finally watched the job stuff from the live letter. Sin bits that were relevant to me, and I'd read the breakdown, but I actually sat down and watched the whole video, and holy shit.
I haven't watched that yet.
Well, I would almost recommend not. You don't really need to be honest, because there's no, like, explaining what things are, you just see the abilities.
It's just visuals, yeah.
Just visuals, so, like, for classes that I don't play a lot, like, even the Dark Knight one, I was like, I don't know what's happening here. I play Dark Knight a lot. I don't know what that is. But I read the breakdown and I know that. The Dragoon shit looks crazy is what I'll tell you. I got no frame of reference, but it's all very flashy and very cool.
I mean, that just reminds me of when we went into the PvP zone for the first time and it gave me a bunch of abilities that I didn't have yet, and I just used them all on you, and you were just like, what the hell was that? And then and then you exploded, and I just went, I don't know what I did.
And look at your Dragoon. There's a bunch of stuff in there, and it made me very excited about Reaper. Maybe to play it.
I'm interested to play Reaper just because it is the sort of thing I like. It's very Dragoon-esque in terms of movement. I have no idea how it plays, but
the gauges look cool.
I have no idea how it plays, but yeah, Dragoon is still kind of up there as I really like playing it.
From what I saw of.
I picked up Bard because I was like, oh, I always play ranged classes and that's my default, and I will say that I don't like playing it as much. I'm mostly just leveling it because it is like 60 something. I'm like, I might as well use it so the XP doesn't go to waste.
It's me with White Mage.
I'll just use it so that when I hit max level on Dragoon, the XP from the main story isn't going to waste. But yeah, it's not my favourite to play. It's fine, but I can even tell it in myself that when I go into dungeons as Dragoon, I'm paying more attention than when I am as Bard. I sort of go into dungeons as Bard and I'm zoning out, and I'm just like, press the dot, wait a second, press the other dot, wait a second.
I feel that way about White Mage at the moment. Like, I'm leveling it because it's at 73, and so I might as well get it to 80. I'm not enjoying it. Just makes me want to play Astro. Just like playing White Mage, and I'm like, shit, Astro is so much more fun than this. See, my Astro is max level and max gear. Most.
Nice.
Like, there's literally nothing that can do. Than my relic weapon, which obviously I don't play Astro to do either. I do it for expert queue and such, but that's about it. Really, and from what I've seen of Sage as well, I don't think I'm gonna like Sage as much as Astro either. I think Astro is just my class.
Fair enough.
Even with the changes that are happening, I think it's just gonna be my shit. That's okay.
Yeah.
In terms of all classes, but definitely in terms of healer. I don't think, I don't get on White Mage. I'm just not good at playing shield healers. When we have a shield ability on Astro at the moment, and it's like, I don't use that setting at all. But,
yeah. So, I don't know if it's like the ranged versus melee thing, because in Final Fantasy they have positionals and flanking on like well, wasn't too, but they're more apparent in Final Fantasy because the actual like AoE circle shows you that, whereas in Final Fantasy it's just kind of in the tooltip of like does more damage from the back, but there's no visual indicator, so I felt like I never really did it in WoW. Whereas in this one it's like, you know, you got to do this combo, but you got to do it from the side, and then you got to do this combo, so you got to do it from the back. So with Dragoon, I'm always like switching around of like side, back, jump.
It's the reason I don't like melee DPS in Final Fantasy.
So I guess it's a little bit more engaging, whereas with Bard it's like more.
You are very stationary as Bard.
It's more, which is so wild because having played like Rangers in World of Warcraft, I'm used to playing Ranger and being like always walking, around the enemy and just like walking at it, you know, always sort of being on the move when I was playing a Ranger in World of Warcraft.
Oh, that's a recommendation. If you want to play a ranged DPS but you want to be like more mobile, Dancer is the way. You literally get given a bunch of dashes and like crazy Dancer's fun as hell. I have an itch to play Dancer at the moment because it's a bit button mashy in like a fun way.
Okay. I do kind of like I like being a little bit button mashy. Like Dragoon's fairly easy because it is like, especially how I've set it up, because I've literally like put them in order of like of just do combo 1 2 3, then do combo 5 6 7, and then go back to doing combo 1 2 3, and you just sort of space that with your jumps when they come off cooldown. Whereas, I don't know, whereas with Bard it's like, okay, I gotta get my first dot, then I gotta get my second dot, then I gotta do my song.
I can't think that much.
Yeah. then I have to activate my song, and then randomly your song will trigger something based off your dots, which is why you've always got to do your dots first. But even once when you've got all your dots and you've got your song active, it's still a random trigger, so you're still just kind of sat there with your finger hovering over the bottom of like, is it gonna trigger? Is it gonna trigger? Is it gonna trigger? Is it gonna trigger? And sometimes it'll end, and it didn't trigger, and it's like, my dots ran out, so I guess I gotta put my dots back on.
Gotta get you into Dancer.
Yeah. Whereas
Dancer's like, you press one button and then 5 other buttons light up, and you can pick any one and it doesn't matter, and then more light up based on that one, and it's just an endless random combo.
That's very. I mean, it's a little bit like Dragoon, but Dragoon isn't random. It's literally 1 2 3, 5 6 7, 1 2 3, 5 6 7. You just do those 2 combos back to back to back to back.
Yeah. Red Mage is a little bit like that.
True, actually, yeah.
Red Mage, I've said before, has like got a rhythm to it. It's got like a beat to it almost that's really cathartic to play. It's just like...
Stand you see with a health check.
Oh, health check.
Yeah. So my Dragoon keyboard is literally combo 1, Dragon's Blood in the middle, and combo 2. And the two combos, every time you finish a combo, it refuels your Dragon's Blood. So if you do it correctly, you in theory only have to activate Dragon's Blood like once or twice, because it will fuel itself. It's only that's why I get angry when like bosses like stun me or something, because I'm like,
my gauge!
You my gauge! How dare you! No, I have to do it all again.
It's like my combos on Red Mage, yeah.
But
that's one thing from the video. I got to see every class's gauges, like full level 80 complete gauges, and some of them are ridiculous. How do you do it?
I know that the Dragoon one changes. I'm still using the basic Dragoon one. I know that mine will change.
Yeah. It wasn't that one. The Bard one is ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
That's the one that I was like, the level 80 Black Mage gauge, the most fucked up thing I've ever seen. What is happening there? It's like the Gunbreaker one is literally 3 dots, like 3 lights that light up accordingly. And the Black Mage one has got, I recognize the main part of it, because when I play Black Mage, that's just like whether you've got fire or ice active, and then like the strength of it. Okay, I get that. But then there's like a purple like ticker, then there's something that goes up and down. I don't know. I don't know. There's like a bunch of little diamonds. I'm like, I don't know what any of this is. Yeah, this scares me and frightens me.
I think in terms of gauges, Bard, I mean, I haven't played any of this, so I don't know, but I feel like Bard is the most confusing because your gauge actually changes based on what song you have played.
This is ridiculous. Summoners is ridiculous. Summoners is ridiculous. See, there's like 2 sections of it, and there's like 5 different colors.
Oh, I don't know then. I have a baby summoner, and it literally just has 2 circles that will.
Yeah, this is literally like level 80, maybe even level 90 gauges.
Right.
Ridiculous. My balance gauge back any day. Astro's is getting more complicated, but like not in a way where I looked at it and went, "Oh, that's what that is." But, like, it's different, but I immediately understand.
See, Dragoon one's is easy because Dragoon isn't a fill gauge; it's an empty gauge. It's you press the button and the gauge pops up totally full, and then it drains over time. And every time you complete your combo, it tops itself up. So your aim is to keep the gauge filled up, rather than other classes, where it's fill up the gauge, use it, and it empties again. So that's again, that's why I get so angry when my combo gets broken, because if I get stunned, I can't complete the combo and the gauge runs out, and I'm like, because when your gauge is full, you get like bonuses and like new combos that obviously do more damage, and your jumps do more damage. Obviously, it's just it's beneficial as a Dragoon to keep your DPS up by having your gauge active all the time. If your gauge isn't active, you need it to be active to be doing the good deeps, basically.
Welcome, chat. I hope you are all here for us to talk about our Final Fantasy rotations. This is what you get with the stream sometimes.
I think I fell on my feet when I picked Dragoon as my class, because I feel like it's simple enough that I can understand it, but not so simple that I get bored, or at least it's not monotonous that I get bored.
Yeah.
Which is how I sometimes feel with Bard.
Yeah. I feel like it's like, I picked Astro. I came into the game knowing I wanted to play Astro. Then I played it for a long time, and I thought that I would try other classes and realize that actually there were other classes I liked more than Astro. But trying other classes has just made me realize that I like Astro the most. Like, I hit it straight on the head first try.
Yeah. See, Doug's having the opposite problem in that he keeps picking up new classes, and every class he picks up he's like, oh no, this is my new favourite. And then he levels it up, and then he picks up a new class and goes, oh, actually, I like this new class. So he's just not advancing his story. He's like going to have the most different varied classes out of all of us, but he's going to be the furthest behind in the story.
I know a bunch of people who've done that though. Very common thing. Even me, in Stormbloody era, I picked up like five different classes. Just for the shits of it. I was like, fuck it, why not? Went and leveled Red Mage all the way up, all that stuff. Don't regret it.
I realised last night I need to do the next Dragoon story quest, because when I went to do it last time, even though I was more than a high enough level, it was like, nope, you need to get to a certain point in the story first, and I was like,
Yeah, that's because it's going to talk about spoilers.
Not even that, I think it wants to go to a specific location which I hadn't unlocked yet. It wanted me to go to the Ruby Sea at that point in time. I hadn't gone to the Ruby Sea, but I have now.
I remember mine was in Yangsha, I think, my Astro.
I finished the Ruby Sea, I have flying in it now.
Yeah, boy.
So then I was like, oh shit, I need to go pick up the Dragoon story quest that comes here.
Yeah.
I need to find out what happened with the Star-Crossed Dragon Lovers.
Yes, we have to know.
Star-Crossed Dragon
You're
Lovers.
the one who's doing it at the moment, so you have to know. You have to tell us.
I still love that revelation the first time Kay joined the chat, and he was like, wait, are we talking about Star-Crossed lovers who like dragons? And I was like, nope, it's Star-Crossed lovers who are dragons. Star-Crossed Dragon Lovers, yes.
Finished the level 70 White Mage one the other day, and felt a lot of things very quickly. A lot happened. The level 60-70 White Mage was like a real simmer of like, okay, what the fuck is happening with this and this and this, and then it was like, boom, right at the end.
Hello, Nerwin. So I'm curious I'm curious like what kind of things the Dragoon story quest can have purely because of like the abilities that you get, because currently like my gauge is called Blood of the Dragon. I know for a fact that when it upgrades it gets called Life of the Dragon instead, and I'm kind of like, okay, something causes that trigger, and I know that the upgraded gauge gets an eye on it, and I'm like, cool, is that the eye? Or is it just an eye? What story is happening here?
You have to tell us,
And like, there's literally one of the abilities which is unlocked via job quest, again, has a dragon eye on it, and I'm like, what happens? Also, it's funny to me because Estinian actually doesn't appear in the. It hasn't appeared in the Dragoon quest like since he did in the Realm Reborn one. And again, I know for a fact that he does appear in it later on, and I'm like, I wish to know the process because we've gone from kicking his butt, but this time extra spicy, to then him just vanishing. Are you okay, girls?
Can't call the final steps of faith fighting Estinian Gamba extra spicy.
That's what it is for Dragoons! That's what it is for Dragoons. I don't make the rules, it's just kicking Estinian's butt again.
I'm only doing it for one person.
It's kicking Estinian's butt again, but extra spicy. That's how Dragoons be. I'm melding into Exa again, you can tell.
I'm trying to write that Exa right now.
It's time for random Pokemon. Let's see if we can do this extra quick because
9,000 prayer circle. Yes. Let's do this.
See how quick I can do this because normally warm up should stop at 9 and it's already 22. No. Again. I got Guzzlord. No.
No. Veto.
Dugtrio, that's too far the other direction. Zerg, stop giving me Ultra Beasts. Hydreigon? This generator is purposefully pissing me off tonight.
Attacking you.
Hydreigon especially is like one of my nemesis Pokemon. Dodrio. I'll take Dodrio. I'll take it.
I really wanted to give you a Pokemon that started with a D. Something just fell somewhere on this floor.
Cool.
That was a very distinct noise.
Thunk. Okay, that is a Dojo that is attacking a helicopter by the looks of it. Cool. Just, yeah. Team Rocket helicopter, but it's got a Dojo, like, pecking at its front window. And the caption is Gary's Dojo. The caption is Gary's Dojo, so that's all you need to know, I suppose.
Can't find a song that has the vibes I want, so I'm going into YouTube hyper-specific playlists.
How are you doing? You in your box? Wow! She's in the box, everybody.
In the box.
In the box. How are you feeling? Are you still angry with me? A little bit.
A broken werewolf playlist. I don't need that right now.
Naren's talking about Fantasy High. You said it.
Yes, Naren, I was talking about you.
His coming was foretold.
This is the thing with the reason why it's so funny that most of you know this stuff through the shorts is because having seen those doesn't change the effect of the scenes that they're from, or really, like, even the ones that feel like they're in context are so not. Like, explaining the context of Fantasy High shorts is insane, because normally the context is wilder than the content. It's like when I told you, Blue, about Telemite, that what happens after the Telemite thing. It's the fucking craziest show on earth. It's fucking great. How did you enjoy Mirror Madness, Naren? Baron's so much worse in context. Watch it yet? Oh my god. Get there. Fantasy High is real good. Even just if you only ever watch the first season, it's so good. So, like, it's well made. It's just well done. Like, a lot of the praise I have for it is the same way I would talk about stories, like short stories and such. Like, it's... everything feels very... contained, but not in a, like, railroad way, but, like, in a... thing that's set up pays off kind of way. Watch Mirror Madness on sophomore year? No. Mirror Madness is the second episode of sophomore year. Thought you had started it already. Just started somewhere there. I need to stop because I need sleep. I feel that. I've only got 15 minutes left to warm up, so I'm going to set about actually rereading this so I can pick it back up. This is a lot like I already want to redraft this. This is a lot like I want to redraft this. I went back. I've worked on this since I read it to you, Blue.
Really? Wow.
Yes. Last said it was 7 days ago. I realised that I had got some events out of order, so some of it's changed.
Right, okay.
It's been a while since I did... It's been a while since I did Stormblood main scenario, so...
I did that to Spook earlier and he almost yeeted me out the window. He was talking about something totally different and he just casually said in the conversation, God, it's been a while, and I immediately was like, it's been a while, and he just glared at me.
I have to restrain myself from doing it in, like, company.
I'm glad you can, because I did it at work once and I was like, shit, I hope nobody noticed.
It's different with you doing it at work than me doing it to, like, my lecturers. I just looked at the timestamp of the last changes on this.
I freaking did Ranger last session, D&D, trying to be serious. Having to scale my party down a mountain, and Toby's like, see, this is why we have a Ranger in a group, and immediately I was just went, Ranger! And then I was like, oh, piss. It's the wrong group of people to do that with. It's like, oh, I'm so cringe.
The cringe. I've been reading again more. I can tell as I'm reading this back, I'm like, oh, that doesn't, not the way you would do that, because I can tell, because when I've been reading more, the gears are going a bit better. My pile of books on my bedside table, you can now see that I've lit this room properly.
Yep.
That is one module.
Oh, sorry. Yikes.
And you can't see how big that top one is from here. From here it looks pretty small, actually. I like how it looks from over here. Should I retrieve that book and show you how big it actually is?
Go on.
I'll go wind myself back in. That's 85 different wires. Book is actually
Oh, yikes.
Sick.
Oh.
It's a very good book. For those of you who know, they're Atwood. It's Margaret Atwood's Alias Grace. It's very good. I'm enjoying it a great deal, but it is nearly 600 pages. All of those are about 400. Not too bad. It's for one of 3 classes. English Masters. Yeah, but I'm enjoying reading this though. This has been on my reading list for a very, very long time. It just kind of gave me the excuse. And I have a lot of inspiration from it.
Oh, really?
Very, very inspired by it so far.
Yeah,
if you name your layers and spell them correctly, are you even doing art right? Mine are always call things like Teen Boys.
I mean, it's always. I mean, look at on this. I mean, I've got Mara ref, chair ref, player 7, Strem time, overlapping areas.
Through layer 7.
Lines, question mark, question mark, question mark. Nails, scarf red. Sure is, buddy. Tala, table, bowl, tablecloth, claw mark number 2, claw mark number 1.
At least those are clear.
Somewhat, but then we start to get to, you know, highlight number 2, highlight number 9, table, again, we're pointing out that we've previously had table already. I think lines question mark is my favourite.
Lines?
Lines?
The thing is with me is a lot of mine, when I'm doing maps, I'll like copy and paste a texture a bunch of times, so I'll just end up with like layer 98, but like I'd have merged them all. It'll be like layer 98 and it'll just be like a single piece of wall about that big. It's like, oh god.
See, what gets me is that I have a thing that says lines question mark. This picture has no lines.
It's not lines.
This is a lineless picture, but the layer is lines question mark. That's what gets me.
Art is fun. The process of making art is fun.
Except when it's not. This is Besso's new tune! Yes.
Chat's excited for my many faces of emotions reading this back. This is almost unbearably cute at the moment. It's that fun unbearably cute where you know it's gonna get really sad.
This Dodrio head is looking for mischief.
That Dodrio head woke up and chose violence. See, that's the squad right there.
I've encapsulated the entire squad in a single Dodrio.
This is what the if you zoom into the cluster, Brian, that's just what's there. It's the 3 choices. Every day you wake up in the cluster, you get to pick one of these.
See, the dojo is the cluster because it's the same. It's just the same thing.
That's how you would represent it, but like every day as the cluster, you get to pick one of these 3 modes as your mode for the day. But if you were going to draw the brain of the hive mind of the cluster, it would just be this dojo. It's also basically how mine, yours, and Kay's DMs are when we're playing D&D. One of us is each of them, depending on what is happening in the scene.
It so is. The little trio of us talking to one another is 100% this trio.
Generally, it's you, me. Generally, but it occasionally rotates around. I'm generally the one who's taking psychic damage. Head on the right is me as DM noticing you fuckers memeing. That's also true. Really, when we're memeing, that's also me. It's like, come on, guys.
It's how we cope.
It's how we cope, to be fair. That you can tell in our DMs, like, what is happening to who, by who is memeing the most. The person who memes the most is in the most pain.
Yep.
I forgot that the last message I sent Kay, we had a long conversation today about musicals, but from a last D&D session, was you're dead to me, I'm going to kill you, you will not see it coming, I'm sweating so much. It's the last thing I said to Kay.
Amazing.
I stand by it, I will kill that man.
Yeah, this one definitely woke up and chose violence. Just wake up in the morning and post this and be like, which dojo are you today?
Awesome music, your time is done.
I just realised that my music wasn't on shuffle, but I'm fine with that. But I've turned on shuffle now, which means we may well get some of the ones we've already had. That's fine.
Okay, how I'm gonna do this scene. A YouTube poll of various Howl's Moving Castle playlists. That's very good.
I did think this today when I was on my lunch break and I was like scrolling through things on Tumblr. I saw a gift set and I was like, ooh, which Ghibli film do we watch this weekend?
We watch Howl.
I mean, we can watch Howl. We can watch Howl. both just
We
doing
got so many fucking things.
We're both just doing the happy wiggle.
Yeah. I'll have a little cry.
She's like, hey, what are you doing this weekend? Come and see me.
Yeah. Come and see me. I keep forgetting. Girls, I love this show. You're welcome, Narrowin. Yes, this fucking... If you've done a bit, I would like to hear it. No, now that feels a little late. Ah, except that perhaps it is never too late when you control time itself. Great. Yes, Blue. I'm gonna be in your presence at the end of the... And you can't get rid of me.
You get to see this one.
She has to endure me, more like.
We're gonna have
I'm gonna try and pet her and she's gonna be so angry.
She's gonna be angrier than normal because she got her blood test results back and we found out what the problem was, but it's okay because we've been given medicine for it. But now she has to have medicine every day and she hates it. And Mum has to give you the medicine and you don't like it. But the medicine should help and it should make it all better. Yeah? Mwah. Go on then. Go on then. Yeah. Do you want another one? Ooh, suddenly she likes me. Wow, these ones are pungent. These are pungent cat treats. You want one? Wow, yes I do. Go on in. Takes it so delicately from my hands. See, I would love to be able to wrap. I would love to be able to wrap Sadie's medicine in like a piece of cheese, but her medicine is liquid, so it is syringe time. I'm like, hey, do you want some of this tasty soup? It's not tasty. Oh, okay. It's not tasty. Don't want it.
See, this is what you say, Des. So she's reading the medicine and the food, they're like, different colour food, yes. My sweet boy Rocky, rest his soul, he was on so much medicine. We were like, okay, he loves this food, he loves tuna, so like we can mix that in. And then he got to a point where he would eat the food off of the tablets, even if they were about that big. So we're like, okay, we'll crush the tablets and we'll mix it in with the food. But he would legit eat around every little section where the medicine was. And we were like, you're a half-blind 12-year-old terrier. How are you you can't jump on something because you don't have depth perception. How the fuck are you doing this?
Also, Sadie does not like fish. She is not a fish cat. First thing to learn about cats, they, much like with everything in this world, they actually don't follow stereotypes and not every cat is addicted to fish.
God, because fish smells so bad.
Yeah, it's stinky. Oh, wow, there's a bit of Pokemon trivia that was buried in my brain. I'm sure that's not taking up space for something important.
Something valuable.
Yeah. I was about to colour Dojo's necks black, and then I looked at my reference picture, and it was like, oh wait, no, they're not black, they're beige. And I just sort of paused and I went, oh no, black necks is the gender difference. Female Dodrios have black necks. And then I was just like, why do I know that? Why do I know that? Females or males, yeah, that's the gender differences. Some have black necks and some have beige necks, and I was like, why did my brain think that that was important to remember?
Get that. I really, really get that.
quickly open up Bulbapedia. Oh, it's the males have the black necks. So got them the wrong way round, but I did remember that was the difference. I was just like, why? Why is that the stuff my brain wants to remember? There's so much important stuff that I have to know that I constantly forget, and yet I can recall this.
I want to start this scene. Having to do a scene change, which is my least favourite thing to do. Having to do a scene change that's also a perspective change, which makes it additionally hard.
Ooh, that is challenging.
Would you do it with a camera? You would start with the wide pan. Bring it in, right? Yeah.
You either do it with a wide pan of the scene, or you do it with a... It depends if you're focusing on the scene or the character.
You either go all the way in or all the way out.
It's either you have a wide shot of the entire scene, or you have a close up of the person's face, but the background has changed. So it depends.
Trying to do a close up, but I'm gonna have to do a wide pan, I think. It's messier. But to be honest, I've already kind of mentally decided that I'm gonna redraft this, so I feel like I want to polish this one a bit. So yeah, I'm probably gonna redraft it. So at this point, it's just get the words out. So I think wide pan, even if wide pan's a bit lazy.
Like put out a bounty on the Minecraft server to be like, hey, I need this creature killed because it drops something that I need.
Honestly, that's a good idea.
While Spook was building his tower, he got attacked by one, and I just heard him gasp, and he turned around and ran. He was like, "The fuck is that?" And I looked over at his screen, and I was like, oh, "That's the thing I need! Kill it! I need that thing!" And he killed it, and it didn't drop the item, and I was so angry.
found an excuse to put the word macabre in here.
Hell yes.
Any excuse. Gonna have to look up a cutscene. Wild.
Ooh, a sword.
Got a sword.
Sword. Nice.
Fucking every time I have to watch cutscenes back on YouTube, the Warrior of Light is always like the weirdest looking.
Oh no!
And it's so funny. This one is a very serious scene, but the Warrior of Light in this one is a big old Rodegan in a bright red bomber jacket and bright red like chunky what look like Converse,
Nice.
and just like black jeans. And white gloves that really add to the vibe. And also tiny little glasses.
Very teeny tiny glasses.
Tiny glasses. Oh my god, I forgot this guy was part of this quest. Yes, an excuse to write this person.
Right, let's leave Dodrio there.
Cool, Dodrio. This is a character's name I've never had to try and spell before. Time to look this up.
Excuse me?
Well, I don't even know how to spell it enough that I can Google it. They're in the end. I thought there was an H in there, apparently not. God damn you, Makote, having so many apostrophes in your damn names.
Ah, manga?
Okay, yeah.
I'm just gonna vibe to this song for a minute.
Yeah, Aaron. Still a bunch of high schoolers doing their schoolwork. It's not even like it's spring break. Sophomore year set during spring break. Even a full year is worth of work, but it's just... Trial and error, Des. Trial and error.
Gotta practice. The only reason I can somewhat decently draw a wolf is because I drew nothing but wolves for like 6 years. Even still, I sometimes just fuck it up horrendously and I'm like, what am I even trying to do here?
Change this tense. They're probably doing a scene and a person change, a scene and a perspective change over 2 weeks. It's that I have forgotten what tense this was.
Oh, whoops.
Not the time for this piece of music. Can't find the tone that I want. What do I want? Oh wait, what am I talking about? I know what I need. Dance and Cry, Mother Mother. There you are. And then where is Back to Life? There you are. Please watch Aaron. Please watch Sleeping City. please watch Sleeping City. I talk about this in chat so that I don't just talk about it constantly with Blue, who has no idea what I'm talking about. Yes, and Sleeping City is a different show. It's set in New York. It's like an urban magic New York. It's fucking astoundingly good. The first season of that is on YouTube.
I've seen a video that is literally just like out of context moments, and I was sort of like,
because I needed Blue to understand like a little bit.
I watched it and I was like, what? This sounds nuts. Okay, first of all, Santa Claus is real and is dead.
Santa Claus is dead. Santa Claus is real and he's dead.
Santa Claus is real and he's dead.
But somebody mugged Santa.
Was it Mom, I am a 52-year-old man.
55-year-old man, I can take care of my damn self. Well, I can't get a bigger house because then it'll prove that I'm in the mob.
Was she a barbarian or a monk? Because I loved that.
What was it again?
The woman with the heels.
What, Sophie?
Yeah, I think so.
She's great. She's a drunken master monk.
Monk, right? That was so wild to me when I realised that. Like the kind of character she was playing, and it's like she's a monk. Oh my god, that's wonderful.
She's like an Amy Winehouse kind of character. Like the first thing she like does in combat is take her stilettos off and stab guys through eyes.
She stabs people with her shoes.
Okay, so the Unsleeping City cast, in terms of D&D classes, is not even getting into characters, right? So if I go around the table, there's Matsui Himbo Extraordinaire, who's a devotion paladin, who's a firefighter. Also known as Mr. March from the Fireman's Calendar.
He's Mr. March! I forgot he's Mr. March.
Yeah. It's so good. Sophie Bicicleta, formerly known as Sophia Lee, who's not taking that well. Drunken Master Monk, hairdresser, absolute disaster. Kingston Brown from Uptown, my love of my life. Voice of the City of New York. A homebrew class for that game called he's a city domain cleric. Kingston Brown's so good. He's so good. He's a 55-year-old man who can take care of his damn self. He's also a nurse, and he's just great. He's just great. And Moore, Broadway star, law bard. Also, not human.
Not human.
Only a fairy. Then Kogrash.
Oh, my fave.
Love. Kogrash, Kingston, and Pete are my faves.
It's 100% the kind of character that I would play.
Kogrash. So much to Kogrash. Kogrash is a rat man.
He's a rat.
An actual rat. What does he say? He's a fucked up Master Splinter.
Yeah.
He's a Circle of Shepherd druid. and he lives in the sewers and takes care of homeless people.
100% the kind of basically a weird version of Blue. When I got invited to the when I got invited to the Edgeco server, and I was like, "Can I just play my wolf?" And Asia was like, "Yeah, we've got other canines on the server. You can just play her." And I was like, "Great!" And I didn't have any concept for her other than her being what she is, and I just joined.
Ugg has the craziest fucking backstory I've ever heard. He's a very normal character in the beginning. And then on the end you have Pete the Plug. He's definitely not a drug dealer, but...
Yep.
Drug dealer. Wild magic sorcerer. Maybe...
We all know how fun that is.
Hypothetically, also maybe the voice of the dreaming, I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything.
Because we all know what that means.
You don't, but you would if you watched it. The voice of the city... the dream. Very good. And Pete's an absolute disaster. He's fucking fucked up on drugs 24/7. And he's also a wild magic sorcerer, so you can imagine those ideas go together really well.
So good. So good.
Important lore question? Hit me. To do with my campaign or Sleeping City, I can answer either.
Excuse me?
Or Fantasy High, I can also answer that. I can answer many things. Ask the question. Car. Okay. Stop talking about Sleeping City, even though all I want to talk about is Sleeping City. Who is what month go? I don't know. I don't know how that thing is decided. It's mostly random. I don't think the different months mean anything, Nas. I think they're just random. In Unsleeping City is just because he's so hot that everyone remembers what month he is because he's everyone's favorite.
And all the old women go, "I know you. You're Mr.
Oh,
March."
That's an ongoing bit. That bit happens over like both seasons. Like, know you. You're Mr. March. It's like.
Pick a month for memes. Well, Tala is like, you know, the thick of winter.
Yeah, again, and also, like, what calendar? Like, mine or the real world calendar? Because those are different things. Real world to avoid headaches. I don't know. I don't really have a good idea of what to say. No, I don't have a lot of... I have a couple of characters I can think of seasons for, but not a bunch of them. No, Astor's summer somewhere. Delia's probably a spring one.
See, the question wasn't what month what they would be, it was what calendar would they be. So you gotta think, basically, if they were in a photo shoot, what, like, decorative stuff would it be? So if it's summer...
Oh, okay.
So if it's summer...
Until I don't have calendar.
Yeah, so if it's summer, you know, if it's spring, it's gonna be someone in, like, a field of flowers, or holding a bunny. So, like, Tala's one of the winter ones because she's, like, in the snow, and you
Let's
know...
got, like, a Grinch one.
So you like, you know, if they're like in a photo shoot, what are they posing with? And, like, what's the lighting?
I'm trying to think. Astor's easy because it will just be like a summer one, and it will be slightly spicy, and, like next to a pool.
So literally like July. He's Mr. July.
Yeah, for sure, and it's like a little too spicy, like a family calendar. Cordina's probably got a summer one. I can see her with a bunch of like puppies.
Aww.
A bunch of baby animals.
Oh, is that like a May or an April?
Yeah, like a May or an April, yeah, for sure. And there's orange flowers, so I feel like that's like later. Like, yeah, also like whatever May and April, whichever one isn't Cordina is probably Fenna.
Oh, because she's orange, does that not mean she's autumn? Is she not going to be like amongst the autumn leaves?
No, maybe. Oh, actually, because of Oakheart Rebellion, the Oakheart Rebellion people probably should both be autumn. Both Fenna and Flare should both be autumn in theory.
Does Fenna get October? Is she the pumpkins?
Yeah, sure. For sure, yeah. Because Fenna's colour is orange, so like... Flare's hard. I feel like Flare's probably like November.
Ooh, transitioning into winter. Yeah.
Definitely still autumn, but I think he's a little more wintry than like Fenna is. I'm trying to remember what my OCs are now. OCs do I have, gang? Actually don't remember anymore. Who am I missing?
Depends if you want to go into villains or not.
Villains, yeah. It's hard not just to go straight for December.
Since December's probably going to
I feel like poetically...
Talor either has December or January.
Poetically, Mara should be January. Talor can be December. Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
What's have I got? A bunch of my Phalanxmore ones. Most of my Phalanxmore ones are summer because that's kind of Phalanxmore's point. Phalanxmore's always summer all year round, right? So like all my Phalanxmore NPCs are summery.
Yeah. Oh, Stan's doing a health check again.
Health check. Your main story zoned out for a bit. Fine.
Yeah. So for context, there was a character in a D&D show who was Mr. March in the Fireman's calendar. So we're now talking about the context of in being on a calendar, what month is what
and like a kitschy
character.
kind of like family calendar. Yeah.
Not just in a general, what month is your character, because that's like, the when they're born or whatever. It's like, no, what month would they be photographed on? So who's the Easter one who gets photographed with all the bunnies, and who's the one in October who's like, walking through the park with all the autumn leaves.
Yeah. Flare's really tricky. Flare's really tricky because his whole aesthetic is like light, right? He's a light cleric, but his whole story is like really grim. So I don't really know for him. It's hard to picture Flare in like light-hearted context because he's so bad at it. He's such a serious.
See, after that, I'm picturing February because it's winter turning into spring.
Oh, yeah, I see that. Definitely.
Maybe like a sunrise.
Yeah.
February is a sunrise thing.
Actually, it's a month that's a little between things. Yeah, I see that. You have to cue Easter one? That's fair.
Yeah.
Valid, continue.
Magic, 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 magic. Hello? Yes. Do you want a cuddle? No, definitely not. Immediately runs into box. No, I do not want to cuddle. Excuse me.
Oh, yeah, that's a different. The Final Fantasy characters is a different question.
Yeah.
Actually, don't know for Final Fantasy. I know less for Final Fantasy than I did for my NPCs.
See, for Final Fantasy, it's awkward because of holidays as well as the thing. Because December is obviously the Christmas month, which is not Tala, but December is, you know, winter, which is Tala. Which is why I was like, well, I guess Tala be either January or December. Whereas with Exa, I'm like, she could be December with Christmas.
I see that.
I can see Exa with like a scarf and like hot chocolate and like some Christmas lights. I can see Exa for Christmas. Oh god.
Oh my god, that's burned into my mind.
Nah, Delmara Spring.
No, a lot of like holiday things don't really fit Iphignia. I feel like a winter, just like not like a holiday one, like maybe like a November or something, but like really cozy.
You're not gonna join me in the Christmas photo shoot? The two of them together in the Christmas photo shoot.
That's for Posy, if we're doing D&D as well. I feel like Posy is just like spring or summer flowers. Like,
yeah.
like she's a new Meg.
Yeah, just you know, the big massive flower crown.
So many flowers.
Big huge pink flower crown in like a field of sunflowers.
Yep. Basically what she is. Andrin.
Song from 6. We just finished it.
Say?
The song from Final Fantasy VI that we just finished.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you finished that, huh?
Yeah. It was good.
Yeah. I know it's Jesse's fave. The part where I hate it. I'm in the part where I hate it. Tear it up and start again.
Oh, see what the matter is. I'm guessing that you get the munchies. So I'm gonna go top up my drink and go tend to Madam. I'll be back.
No worries.
Yes.
I sit here in my anger. I'm mad, chat. And this isn't working like I want it to. What up? I'm writing a thing and it's just not feeling right. I'm in a bit that's dragging, which is meant to be pretty high intensity, and it's just not happening. And I can't work out whether I should just cut this part, which is generally how it goes, change the perspective of it, or just push through it. Been sorting Garuda for the last 10 minutes. Feel that. Change perspective to someone else until your point of view returns on the screen. That's exactly what I have done. Started with perspective, and now I need to be in this other perspective for the rest of the scene to work. Basically, the problem is I'm trying to get to the bit that I want to do, and I've just read it back, and it's not as bad as it feels. It's just I'm bad at segueing between scenes. It just doesn't quite. Like it's stuttering a little. Which normally just means that you should just cut to whatever you want, or the bit that's interesting. But I need to do this bit for the next bit to make sense, or for the pacing to be right in the next bit. I think I might just take back the little, like the last few lines that I've done, like the last paragraph or so, and redirect the scene a little bit, because it doesn't have momentum at the moment. It feels very like a good shot should have movement and momentum theory. I think of how to phrase this in like visual ways. This feels like it's happening and then something else is going to happen, whereas it needs to feel like it's propelling towards that. Which I think I just need to take back a bit and redo how I've set this scene. Hello.
Hi, I'm back.
I'm back. Chat's been dealing with my various frustrations for the last 10 minutes. I think I'm going to take a step back, actually.
Yeah, take a step back.
No, that's the thing, Das. I don't... it's kind of what I'm doing. I'm doing everything in theory correctly, it's just not working. That's why I'm frustrated. The antagonist in this isn't a person either. It's a thing. I'm gonna step back for a bit. I'm back in a sec. In it.
Yeah, I remember thinking that when I first heard it. I was like, there's lyrics to this? Oh, God, that took so long to do. cuddle? No. Oh. Are you a big girl? Have you had your medicine for the night? Go on then. Oh, chin squidgies. Oh, yes.
and I am not less frustrated, but I have eaten food and I feel good about that.
Good, good. I want to ask you about food because tomorrow we will likely go food shopping, so any requests for snacks and things?
I'll message you. I will message you. We don't have to do that on stream.
No, we don't have to on stream. We can do it when we finish.
Also, Stanji, because I can't resist. Yes, you did just hear that. It's not the Imperial Anthem.
Cool.
Yeah, I can say this. This is just world lore. This isn't necessarily a spoiler. It's the Alamegan anthem with the words, some of the words and verses replaced with Imperial things. Because no,
because of what is happening.
It's like another layer of fucked up, because there's a bunch of Imperials singing it, but also... Yeah, since yeah. With an S. Good, I got you.
Teeny tiny details that are taking forever.
I feel that.
I feel like next week I may take a break from this. Just because I feel like we have literally been on this forever and not a lot of progress happens.
That's fine.
On the stream because it's such tiny details just being chipped at. So next week I may take a break from this and do something else. I think my brain is starting to grow tired.
I might delete this entire section and start again. I'm so frustrated. Just move some shit around. Hang on. It's a pacing problem. Literally had to swap 2 paragraphs.
Nothing wrong with
To
that.
fix the problem. After all that fretting and debating, deleting everything I had done, just needed to swap 2 paragraphs around. Fun. Ooh, how do I talk about this vaguely? It's fun trying to write Iphignia when she was less good at what she does. Like, it's fun trying to write earlier in the game. I've only been an Astro for 1 expansion. Iphignia, when she's not like... when she's not used to doing this kind of thing or managing this kind of situation, and she's a little more, because she's not Warrior of Light in what I'm right, you know, when she's a little bit more bumbling and a little less sure and a little more falling over herself, it's fun to write, but it is difficult and a pain in the ass to write. X is almost fun to write because she's just... I don't want to say she's just, because that sounds like a simplification when she's not a simple character. Because she's a bit of a himbo.
Oh, she is, 100%. I was the first person to say such a thing.
Yeah. So it's kind of fun to write himbos because they're very one track. You know, what is this? What's up with this? What's this? What's this? It's like in front of them. Iphignia is not that. She's a little bit more big picture, but she's also at this point not super good at that. So it's a fun thing to balance. So fun to write a character in combat who doesn't have the echo. It's like, what is happening?
night, pre-flight. 0 hour, 9 a.m. And I'm gonna be high as a kite by then. I miss the earth so much. I miss my wife. It's lonely out in space on such a timeless flight. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, no, no. I'm a rocket man. Rocket man, burning out his fuse up here alone. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, no, no. I'm a rocket man. Rocket man, burning out his fuse up here alone. Mars ain't the kind of place to raise your kids. In fact, it's cold as
Oh my god, I'm
hell,
getting so many messages. What is happening?
Ooh.
and there's no one there to raise them. If you did,
Ooh. He DM'd a character question. I love to see it.
Ooh.
and all the science I don't understand. It's just my job 5 days a week. A rocket man. A rocket man. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, no, no. I'm a rocket man. Rocket man, burning out his fuse up here alone.
The only reason I'm not posing that question out loud, Sanji, is because some people aren't at this point yet. That is my answer.
Time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, no, no.
It's a good question though. It's one of the good dialogue options where they give you plenty of answers. Like 2 answers and you're like, I don't like either of these.
Option A, go to hell. Option B, go to hell, please.
And I think it's gonna be a long time.
I always love when you see those posts going around of like classic dialogue options because they're all games I've played.
Yep.
It's normally like
You know
Mass
what I
Effect
was
Dragon Age.
You know what I was referencing.
It's normally like the one from The Wolf Among Us, the Glass Hymn.
Yeah.
Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Dragon Age, and then it's the
Life
one
is
from Saints Row
Strange.
the 4th.
The Saints Row the 4th, and I've also seen one with Life is Strange.
Strange, yeah. It's like all the games I have played. The dick in the head is a very funny dialogue option though. It's in the first 2 seconds of the game.
I chose C from that list, I believe.
That sounds right.
Yeah, it's the extra choice, isn't it?
Yeah, I said I believe it's true. I did 2 because I love a callback. but one would also be in character for Iffy. Doesn't like the Empire, as it turns out.
I was tempted by 2, but I decided that 3 was the in-character choice.
Yeah. I think the for those we can yet save, it's like a really powerful thing for Iffy. For those we have lost and for those we can yet save is like, I think that's very much her ethos.
Yeah.
It's something that was said to her and she has completely latched onto it, so. It's also just a fucking stellar line.
Also, you're wearing the same armor as Exa.
Yeah!
You've got Exa's
matching
chest piece. I really love that one because the cape is...
I saw some level 80 gear, and Naren and some other people in chat could attest, and I went, oh no, Blue's gonna want this. Blue's gonna want this, because it's basically that silhouette, but just like, you could imagine the level 80 version might look like. It's like, oh no, Blue's gonna want that.
No,
it's not easy to get.
I've had this chest piece, like, since the start of Heaven's Ward, because I bought it off the marketplace, so I am sort of in the zone of like, man, I should get something new because I've had this forever, but nothing that I have seen thus far has tickled me in the slightest.
You have to see how you feel about it. There's a lot of Shadowbringers gear that we've been like, Blue will like this, so maybe it's just a case of waiting until Shadowbringer.
Fair. I mean, I changed my Bard outfit, but Bard outfit is some Stormblood stuff that I got from a quest, and I was like, hell yeah.
I also have this chest piece, this Dragoon chest piece. It's one of the few pieces of Dragoon gear I still have, but I still have it.
It's a good one.
I have a high enough Dragoon to use it. I'll have a high enough Reaper though.
Yeah, I've literally held on to the second one for Reaper.
I'm trying really hard not to do it because if I want gear I will go and get it, and my glamour chest is like 3 items off of being full. So I'm trying not to do that, but I still can't help it. I really need to go and get the Bone Wicker gear. Because all of that gear for all classes is fucking astounding. Also will be incredible for Reaper.
I'm gonna have to do PvP at some point because there is a PvP helmet that I want. I say.
Oh, you'll need to do like a PvP game then if it's a helmet.
Yeah, I say helmet. It's not really a helmet. It's I think it's kind of just a circlet, but the important bit is that it has side bits which are wings. And I was like, yeah.
Oh, another one.
Yes, that's the aesthetic. That's the me aesthetic.
Actually, the reward for the PvP stuff is crazy. Like my whole usual outfit is PvP stuff, and I literally did like maybe 3 games for it. The daily bonus for it is huge, and matches don't take very long. You'll need to do like a game of Frontline. One of those moments where you realize you've been listening to the same piece of music for 20 minutes. My Spotify top tracks. Need like epic music. the premise of this was sad, but now I'm making myself sad and I don't like it. Oh no, the thing I knew was gonna happen is happening. Oh, frog update. Oh my god, the captain. Oh, Roman. Lalas are so cute. Oh my god. Oda. Oh my god. The squad is coming together.
Heck yes. Heck yes. It is hilarious to me though to see the whole picture and just see that it is one person in green and the rest is blue and red. We don't need healers.
Oh yeah, right, that's what that is. I was like, wait, but does this show how good my vision is? I thought that was also blue.
Yeah, yours is green.
Oh right, yeah, I'm a cannon healer. I am the cannon healer.
Everyone else's cannon classes aren't healers. People have healing classes, but that's not their cannon class.
I don't know if that's what that is though, because Roman is a blue mage, I believe.
True.
Still.
It's still so good.
Called Iffy Rights. I'm just in charge. So good. With the beans. Can't get over the captain. Lelouchu. Lelouchu. Beans, beans, nothing but beans. Find my heart. Find my heart react. There it is. Probably Gwen and Trelane to go. Very nice.
Hell yes. Took me freaking ages to find it, but once your brain latches onto something, won't let go. That's the helmet. That's the PvP helmet that I'd like.
I've probably seen it.
You've probably seen it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I know that.
It's very me. And it's nice because it's one of those ones that, like, you can have it on and it's not going to obscure your face, which obviously for
That's
tank,
why I like
yeah.
the like Grecian laurel that I have.
Yeah. Obviously that's like a big tank problem, but Dragoons have it as well because obviously their armor is pseudo heavy some of the time. So sometimes you'll get helmets that are just full face helmets, and I'm like, nah, I want to see my face. I want to see my face in the cutscenes.
This is where you adopt the glasses agenda. It's like I make glamours for Fignia sometimes that don't have glasses on, and it doesn't look like her. It's like ones where I put the horns on or I put little flowers in her hair. I'm like, oh, she can't see. That's not her. Like, yeah, it just doesn't happen. Major Trelane has glasses glued to the inside of his helmet while he fights. None of Fignia's gear is like critical for fighting if you really think about it. But... yeah, that's why we don't. She can fight in a full gown because I say so, and it's a fantasy game.
Excuse me.
Pop's gonna be fun tomorrow. Can we leave off and Pop? My memory is entirely gone. Never went to get King. Oh, we went to hell! Right, we went to hell.
We're not going to hell. It's just pseudo hell.
It's hell.
We're going to demi hell. It's fine.
Demi hell? That's so much better.
Demi hell. There.
Let's go to hell. Yep. I did not want to Uno reverses my entire plan. We don't have the fates anymore. You still have me and Kay, so you should still be afraid.
You're not allowed to complain because you gave it to us. You can't complain about something that was your own doing.
Be a nightmare. I'm so excited. I've decided I'm going to cause problems on purpose. If I, out of character, have to put up with someone who, in Glory Brain, I hate so much, I'm just going to be an absolute disaster nightmare. The Abyss is the Pepsi of hell.
I take that as an insult. I like Pepsi.
And so you should.
Because Pepsi is better than Coke.
Maybe I'm wrong. Violently wrong.
There, I said it. I think Pepsi is better than Coke.
This woman.
I'll drink both, but if someone says Coke or Pepsi, I'll say Pepsi.
I mean, I will also drink both, but Coke is superior.
Do I think they taste the same? No, I think they're totally different drinks, to be honest.
We found the thing. We found the thing that ends us. Oh my god. There's the fucking piece of music I was looking for. Holy shit, that only took me an hour.
Does this mean we can add the hells to the list of planes that we've been to, Curls, as part of your theorising? No. It's a demi-plane, probably
Yeah.
not. It depends, it's a demi-plane. Yeah. Making assumptions, it's a demi-plane.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's associated with planes that we've been to. I don't know which way round it goes. I don't know if it's to do with planes first or people first. I think it's people first. I don't know.
It's hard to tell because our main person we have to go off is Kika, who was
the fact that you're our character reference is bad.
And the problem is that Kika has A, freaking met everybody, and B, been everywhere.
So you're no good for
not a
narrowing
good
it shit
point
down.
of reference. I also realised the other day, again thinking of your planar theory of like, is it to do with what planes we've been to, that both Kika and Posey can actually add the ethereal to their list as well, because Blink and invisibility technically put you on the ethereal plane.
I don't think there is one for the ethereal plane though.
We don't know. It's weird because ethereal is the weird one. Because it's not really a plane, it's like an overlay.
And there's not like Oh, there are inhabitants of the ethereal plane, but that's the gift, right?
No,
Astral.
No, that's astral.
No inhabitants of the ethereal plane.
Yeah,
right?
the ethereal isn't a place that isn't generally a place that you can go to, because it's like if you look at the wheel cosmology, it doesn't have like a circle that you can go to. It's not on the wheel.
It's just between them. Well, then it wouldn't count because these are places from which people were taken. I'm assuming no one was taken from the ethereal plane.
Yeah. That was just something that occurred to me of like, oh, when I was thinking of like, you know, all the ridiculous places that we've been to, I was like, oh wait, Posey and Kika have actually been to the same place.
I don't know if it's to do with where we've been. Because Posey's she's now been to 2 planes. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. If you look at the wheel cosmology, you've got literally material, Feywild, Shadowfell, and the ethereal encompasses around them. And then you have the greater wheel, which has all of the various planes, and then in between those planes is astral. Yes! That was a big one. Oh, we're going to continue, are we? What's the matter? I just gave you food. Have you already eaten it? If you have, I'll give you more when we finish. Because we're going to finish soon, probably. Material, air, Feywild, ethereal.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's to do with where we've been. I think it's to do with where people were taken from.
Don't know.
So I still think first one's air, and then that's associated with the airplane people and etc. It's hard to explain without my diagram. In that your theory is planes and people are tied to you. My theory is complicated and contains a couple contradictory ideas. I was toying with a couple things at the end of the session. I was toying with School of Magic to plane, which I off pretty quickly. Was to do with basically the TDLR was that I couldn't prove anything until we find another spire, because, as Blue said, our filter point is Kika, and Kika's useless as a filter point because
she doesn't have a filter.
yeah, because there's no way to. No, if Kika sees something every time because she's so well versed and traveled, we can't interpolate anything from that information. Really, what we need is a third one, because then it's a case of like people didn't, because a lot of people didn't touch the first one as well. So like there are things we can interpolate, and we have another bit of data. Because at the moment our first set of data wasn't complete. Second one is mostly contingent on Kika and Widdick, who are not great for that. We kind of need a third one, because then if certain people don't have visions but certain other people do, then we can actually begin making guesses.
Ooh, I heard that. Zoomies! I've got some zoomies! We love to see it. Where's your squirrel? Go chase your squirrel. Go find it. She gets all embarrassed when I see her zoomie. She's like, what? I'm not doing it.
Ethereal in my mind is like the over, because that's how illusions happen.
Yes.
It's how invisibility happens. So it's like the unseen layer over all seen things.
It's literally overlaid.
Yes.
So that's why
it's an opacity layer over the rest of.
That's why, if anything, it shouldn't be called a plane. But I guess there isn't really another term that they could have applied to it, because it's not like a plane. It's not a place. It's a overlaid thing, and I think it's in D&D, it's also where like ghosts and stuff are. So it's more spirit, whereas astral is mind, which is why I sort of, my brain says that should be dreams, because obviously you dream in your mind.
Yeah, you can make a good argument for both.
So yeah, both are passable.
Yeah.
I suppose the key difference is that technically, because invisibility and spells like Blink put you on the astral plane, it's obviously of a different type to the other planes because...
Blink's astral invisibility was ethereal.
No, they're both ethereal. They're both ethereal.
Ethereal, yeah, not astral.
Yeah. But in order to go to astral or any other plane, you basically need a contact of the plane spell, which is a higher level.
Plane shift, yeah.
Yeah, which is like level 5, level 6, whereas Blink and Invisibility are like level 2 and level 3. So I think the fact that it's such a much smaller amount of magic is needed to get there. Yeah. It's literally like you could put on some goggles, like you know, put on the invisibility goggles, you know, the Ghostbuster goggles. If you just put on a filter and you'll see stuff. You don't need...
Yeah, like literally there are classes where you get that ability, where you can just see into the ethereal plane.
Yeah, because that's what see invisibility does. So if you had glasses, if you had glasses enchanted with see invisibility, you just put them on and you'd see stuff. So it's very, 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 very close to ours.
Ancient Wizard gets that now, and just to let you know.
Yeah.
That's why I know about it. The warning.
Hi. Hello, baby.
Listening to a slowed version of Holding Out for a Hero, and it's really setting the vibe for this thing that I'm writing.
That's the key thing. Because astral is kind of like its own thing. Like again, in the cosmology, you can, if you look at the wheel, you can be like in the circle of, say, Arborea, or you can be outside in the astral. You can't do that with the ethereal. Even though it appears on the wheel, it's not a place that like you can throw a dart at and say I'm there. Because when you are on the ethereal, you can still see the plane that you were on. It's like the astral is its own thing, but you can be in the Feywild and still be on the ethereal.
Plane,
you can be in Arborea and then go to. You could be in the ethereal at Arborea. You could be in the ethereal in Limbo. You could so it is its own thing. It's so hard to explain because we don't have the words for it.
Literally, just think of it like the unseen. Just where the unseen is. Like, it's all inhabiting the same physical space, but anything that is unseen is there.
Yeah. So, spirits, ghosts. Unlike, it's funny that there's a comparison text here actually. Unlike the astral plane, in which solid objects can exist, though extremely rare, anything and everything that goes to the ethereal plane becomes ethereal.
Looks at Fenna.
Ooh.
Oh god.
Win Spook when you need him, because he's all about planes. Hence why he made a campaign for it.
once again asking one, Gnarled is spelled with a G.
Gnarled.
Isn't it a K? Have a little horror as a treat.
Yes, PC, I know. Computer says I should go to bed. When?
Actually, true, it is 11. It's Jack from Stongles.
Okay, well, I suppose we should stop since it is 11.
We done?
Yeah, I could keep going, but we'll be sensible because you and me are gonna talk about stuff.
Yeah.
Like we need to talk about stuff because you're coming over.
Yeah.
So we need to.
And I leave you, Jack.
Yeah, we're gonna say goodbye for this week.
Yeah. Count Jack. I'm at nearly 2,000 words.
Dang. There are a lot of
On page 4. Yeah, we do have D&D tomorrow.
And the day after.
And the day after. Chris is annoyed. Oh, good. Good night, everybody. Video-
Good night, guys. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next week.
You in hell.
Bye.